exactly what you're doing. I figured it out.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you. You know that I'm battling laryngitis. You know the doctor told me not to do the damn show. If you goad me into arguing with you, my voice will go before 11 o'clock tonight, and you'll get to call the show by yourself. That's what this is all about.
Joey,
it's a power play.
Joey, I think your laryngitis medication has made you a little bit paranoid. I'm out here to make you a star. I'm out here to help you. I'm out here to give you the rub again.
If I wasn't so damn heavily medicated, I couldn't stand you for a second. Luckily, it's mellowing me out. We are set for an extreme three-way dance with international ramifications. In the ring right now, representing the full-blooded Italians, Little Guido along with Big Sal. And here comes the Japanese buzzsaw, Yoshihiro Tajiri.
And Tajiri is a much improved wrestler in the last 4 months, given his world title match experience with Taz, given his wars with Super Crazy. It's a totally different Tajiri than what we saw when he first came to ECW.
Tajiri and Super Crazy have had a storied feud that took place in Mexico. They brought it to Extreme Championship Wrestling and delighted fans around the country and watching on pay-per-view. As you said, Tajiri with several shots at the World Heavyweight title, although he did not take the title from Taz. That kind of experience can only help a young man like Tajiri, and he's looking for a win tonight on pay-per-view. He needs one.
Well, Joey, for someone like myself who's actually competed, who's actually been in a wrestling ring, I can tell you that what that does, even though he loses, he of course gains a certain confidence, a certain swagger that he can now take into this match.
Why do you keep rubbing it in my face, but I've never wrestled? Do you have a problem? I mean, how do you resent?
Joey, it's not your fault that you've been genetically shortchanged. I'm just trying to point out why I'm out here.
Genetically shortchanged.
If we're out here to give the gossip, to give the Stooge report, you could do this by yourself. You need me here to give my technical expertise, and I'm trying to talk at a level that the fans can understand, and you too.
You know, your 6-time-a-year gig may be down to 3. Keep this up.
I'd actually like that. Less work.
Referee John Pee Wee Moore already having his problems with Tajiri and Big Sal.
He's barely big enough to be a suppository for Big Sal.
That's a visual I didn't need.
Oh, he's got that grease on the top of his head.
Okay, so
there's Muchos Locos.
the insane luchador, Super Crazy, rounds out this extreme three-way dance. Real contrast in styles here.
Oh, yeah.
Super Crazy, like most luchadors, loves the fast-paced matchup, loves the aerial offense, while Tajiri, primarily while he can go to the air, would like to wear everyone down with those buzzsaw-like kicks.
Tajiri's a striker.
Yeah, Little Guido is a mat wrestler, he's a shooter, he's a great amateur wrestler out of the state of New York.
Trained by Billy Robinson.
Absolutely, submission wrestling while he was competing for UWFI. I mean, Guido likes it snug, he likes it stiff, complete. You couldn't get any different.
And one thing Billy Robinson taught Guido, you see, Billy Robinson was one of the great shooters, but also one of the most miserable people in the business. He taught Guido to have no mercy on anyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the participants. In the ring at this time, introducing the Big Sal Boski from Jersey City, Big Sal Lee Graziano!
6'8", close to 600 pounds.
Introducing from Sicily, weighing in tonight at 201 1/4 pounds, is the Extreme Stud, Little Guido!
A pugnacious little...
From Yokohama, Japan, weighing in tonight at 213 pounds, Yoshihiro Tajiri! From Mexico City, weighing in tonight at 194 pounds,
is going to be a free-for-all.
You know, I've wrestled in Mexico and Japan, Joey Styles, in my career, and I love to see the clashing of styles. Now, the smart thing here, if I'm Guido, I get with one of these two guys that I think I could do some business with, a little piece of business, and I team up on the other guy. That's what a thinking man does in the wrestling ring, Joey Styles.
Yeah, but the problem is, both Tajiri and Super Crazy don't speak much English. It's going to be hard for Guido, most likely the person to pull that off, to manipulate either one of his opponents.
What you need is someone who's fluent in all languages like myself.
Well, that would be the referee, John Pee Wee Moore, but I don't think he's going to help Guido out. Fluent in all languages? You're not fluent in all languages.
I'm a cunning linguist.
I walked right into that, didn't I?
Oh yeah, wide open.
I just fed you that one. I had no
Yeah.
idea. Tajiri set for the ride. Here comes Crazy. Crazy up top, nails Little Guido with the high cross body, it's a 2.
Tajiri doing the smart thing there and staying out of that, letting Crazy take Guido out.
Whoa, Tajiri with drop kicks to the knees of both Little Guido and Super Crazy. Tajiri has a game plan.
Oh yeah, I mean, you tear up Super Crazy's knee, there'll be no more high spots, there'll be no more acai moonsaults, there'll be nothing. He'll be done.
90% of his offense gone. Guido at the tip-up gets caught and lands unceremoniously on the ramp.
Now this is something we're seeing Tajiri here mocking Guido, and this is part of the American style he's picked up that I don't think helps him.
Tilt-the-world flying head scissors by Yoshihiro Tajiri. Super Crazy retreats to the outside. Tajiri, full head of steam, gets tripped up. Slingshot missile drop kick by Super Crazy. Here comes Guido off the top rope, 2. 2 count.
Neglected to grapevine that leg. That's something that surprises me from Little Guido.
Surprised at the balance of the aerial offense of Little Guido, springboarding off the middle of the top rope from the rampway to the high cross body.
Guido needs to get out of this hold. He needs to release this hold.
Camel clutch, taking a page out of the book of Sabu. Guido
Maybe
and
a
Tajiri,
deal has been cut.
working in tandem, both feet to the face of Super Crazy. They're going to do it again. Tajiri has pinpoint accuracy. He never misses.
He double-crossed him.
He never misses. That was no accident. Super Crazy doesn't know what to make of any of this. You can't trust anybody. Monkey flip. Crazy lands on his feet, gets clothesline off of them. Oh, there's buzzsaw-like kicks to the legs of Little Guido.
And I can tell you that Tajiri, unlike other Japanese wrestlers, does not wear kick pads, so that is the hard part of the shin. Shins that have been trained for years, that are calcified and tough, and it's like being hit with a baseball bat, Joey Styles.
Super Crazy chopping away at Guido on the outside. Guido thrown into the first row. Take a wrestler home here tonight in Chicago. Super Crazy joins him. And Guido all over Super Crazy.
They're up there in the middle of the troglodytes, Joey.
Those troglodytes pay your salary and mine. Be nice. Acai moonsault. Yoshihiro Tajiri taking out both opponents.
Tajiri needs to bring one of these guys in the ring and pin them.
Big Sal in the ring challenging Tajiri.
We talked about intangibles earlier, Joey Styles, in athletics and in wrestling. One of the intangibles in this match is Guido is the superiorly conditioned athlete in this match.
Cover on Super Crazy. Gets a 2.5. Now, why wouldn't he cover Tajiri after planting Tajiri? Well, Big Sal did powerbomb Super Crazy.
Well, he's down there, if you will, at field level. Maybe he sees something that you don't, having never been a competitor.
Standing switch. German suplex for the bridge, gets a 2. 2.5, says referee John Pee Wee Moore.
Very high bridge, and the higher the bridge, the higher you land the man on his neck, the more devastating that German suplex is.
Guido retreated to the outside, but found no mercy. Takes a kick right to the face. Oh, that sucks right across the ribs. I believe the quadriceps hit first and then the ribs.
You better hope it wasn't his kneecap or he'll be done for the night.
This matchup, not at all what we expected. We expected more wrestling from these three. Instead, it's turned into a regular street fight. Wow. Top rope Asai moonsault.
Go ahead and say it. Oh my goodness.
It's oh my God, and I'm trying not to crack my voice.
I just don't want you to shortchange the fans.
Let's check out the replay. Super Crazy, the insane luchador, lives up to his billing. Oh, that table didn't stand a chance.
No. That could have been an aircraft carrier, not stood a chance.
And I believe now little Guido will be forced to go it alone against Yoshihiro Tajiri and Super Crazy.
Big disadvantage for little Guido. One interesting thing here, Joey, is the Japanese and the Mexicans, while great wrestlers, are not great street fighters. And that's an advantage for little Guido, even though Big Sal has been eliminated apparently from the picture.
Super Crazy fighting
Tajiri.
Oh no. May have been a mistake. He should have gone over. There's the tarantula. What pressure. Hyperextending the knees. Pressure on the back.
Oh.
And Guido with both boots in the face of Super Crazy. Forget about it. And the sold-out crowd here at the Odeum impressed, to say the least.
Yeah, what were they saying?
I'm not repeating that. Super Crazy steps through, punches away at the kidneys, the reaction to bring the arms back, and there's the inverted surfboard on Tajiri.
I can't believe Crazy's even awake.
And every time Super Crazy rolls with that, imagine the, oh my God, the pressure on the lower back. It's a wonder Tajiri doesn't pass out from the pain.
Bow and arrow into a dragon sleeper, very, very impressive submission move, but he let it go.
Look at Guido cheering on Super Crazy. Good, lock on to Campbell clutch.
Of course, take a break. Sicilian crab.
And Tajiri's hanging on.
Tajiri cannot tap out, both arms are up, and he doesn't speak English, so he can't say I quit.
He may have wanted to and just couldn't, absolutely. Although referee John Pee Wee Moore speaks Japanese. Haymaker duck, Guido with the go-behind. Tamakaze on Super Crazy. Kick out.
The third time that Guido has not grapevined that leg. Amateur mistake, don't understand it. Guido's ahead on points in this match, if you ask me.
He just took a boot to the face. And now tied to the tree of woe, oh woe is Guido. Guido manages to sit up. Oh, but not twice.
You know what? I'd rather get kicked by Crazy than Tajiri in that situation.
Absolutely. Moonsault by Super Crazy.
Little Guido.
It took a double team. We said there was going to be a deal cut. We assumed the deal would involve Guido. It didn't.
Guido took those boots to the face from Tajiri, and then the moonsault from Super Crazy. He can't even roll out of the ring.
I can't believe the two of them cut a deal. These foreigners are diabolical.
These foreigners are that is about the most politically incorrect statement you've made
What are you talking about? I'm a foreigner. I've been accused of a lot worse than that, and by you on live TV around the world.
Just painted international wrestlers with a pretty wide brush, don't you think?
You know, we can't all be Canadian, Joey Styles. We all have to come from somewhere. And unfortunately for you, you are unable to call this match down the middle, or any other match for that matter. That's why I'm out here. The office wants you on a short leash.
Would you stop with the office? The office. Got a stare down now between Yoshihiro Tajiri and Super Crazy.
A lot of history between these two.
Spanning many countries.
Both men know each other very, very well. They know the counters to each other's counters.
A roundhouse was ducked and countered with a chop. Super Crazy lands on his feet. Ducks the double axe handle. Lands a forearm. Folds, hits a moonsault, gets a 2.
Crazy, so agile. Great, great balance.
Trying to figure out a way to put away Yoshihiro Tajiri. I do believe they are 1-on-1 against one another here on pay-per-view.
Right.
Super Crazy has to be feeling right at home right now.
You know what, and Tajiri to a certain extent taking punishment is at home as well, because when you train in a Japanese dojo, you take a tremendous, tremendous amount of physical and psychological abuse preparing him for a match just like this.
Super Crazy trying to pick up Tajiri.
Crazy needs to pull the trigger, don't wait.
He waited and took a handspring elbow right in the mush. Tajiri now cinching up Super Crazy, go behind. Chop to the chest. Sit out powerbomb, that should be all. No, Tajiri kicks out.
Crazy needed to distribute his weight forward. You notice he was leaning back, slightly off balance, and able Tajiri to kick out of that.
Super Crazy pausing. Looks very pensive, trying to figure out a way to put away Tajiri.
Well, you know, sometimes it's frustrating. You hit a guy with some of your best moves, he kicks out, it can have a certain kind of a psychological effect.
And Tajiri showing great tenacity, fighting to get back to his feet despite the punishment he's taken thus far in this matchup.
Oh,
DDT counter.
spiked him. Gotta be it.
2. It is not. Kick out with authority by Super Crazy. Fatigue now setting in on both athletes.
We talked about the Americanization of both wrestlers since they've been in ECW. One thing Super Crazy has picked up that I don't think is good is this kind of a kindred relationship with the fans, and I think it's keeping him from pulling the trigger, looking out to the fans when he should be taking care of Tajiri, finishing the job.
It's quite possible, a valid observation.
The Americans are all show-offs.
Go behind by Super Crazy, inverted DDT perhaps?
Don't hesitate. This is actually a Dragon Sleeper if he can get his weight base down on it.
It looks like he was working on an inverted brainbuster, but Tajiri wisely dropped to one knee, alleviating any leverage that Super Crazy would have.
Looks like he's going for a tornado. Oh!
Inverted tornado DDT, absolutely, cover that man. Super Crazy now dragging Tajiri's limp body towards the center of the ring. 2. Tajiri manages to kick out. Super Crazy has to be frustrated.
I think we're seeing the frustration. I think we're seeing the little hesitations.
First turnbuckle moonsault. He was going for the trifecta, didn't even make it halfway through.
Whoa!
There's the buzzsaw. Bullseye! Brainbuster!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, Yoshihiro Tajiri!
1, We said Tajiri needed a victory here on pay-per-view after being unsuccessful in dethroning Taz as World Heavyweight Champion. He took the measure of both Little Guido and Super Crazy. At one point, it was in a combination Sicilian Crab and Camel Clutch. Did not give up. He had the opportunity in Japanese. Pee-wee does speak Japanese. He did not. He survived both of them and came out on top. Tajiri still a top contender for any title here in ECW.
Well, Tajiri's tremendous. As we mentioned before, made tremendous strides in ECW the last 4 months. He took another step forward tonight.
Wait, Joe, I've got one. How about the loser has to watch 12 consecutive hours of Bill Meskinus movies?
Get that? How about the loser's got to watch 1 hour of Rocket?
Side headlock by Tajiri. We've got a Mexican death match. We've got to go to a break. Don't go away. You're watching ECW on TNN, and Super Crazy just watched the bottom of Tajiri's boots hit him right in the face, and there wasn't much the Insane Luchador could do about it.
Always an enjoyable sight.
This is a Mexican death match. Anything goes. And the level of violence has been elevated. It's a level of violence we don't normally see.
Unless you're in Mexico City.
Oh, this is why Tajiri and Super Crazy have had a feud running here at ECW for over a year. But it's been an athletically contested feud primarily. There is some guts. There is some bad blood there, no doubt. But a Mexican death match? It's going to bring out a whole new level of violence and extreme wrestling from these two that we've yet to see. Two chairs isn't enough. 3 chairs lined up in front of Super Crazy's face. Oh God, no! Oh my God! 3 chairs driven in the face of Super Crazy. Go ahead, Joel, say it. Super Crazy gets beat like a piñata, Joey. Go ahead.
I've got nothing like that to say. It actually wasn't funny at all. He's busted open right now. That was perhaps the most violent thing I've seen since this show started on TNN. No humor. I'm not going to say anything.
Super Crazy has been busted open. And I believe that's the first time we've seen that happen to him since he's been in ECW almost a year. And Tajiri, the sadistic Japanese buzzsaw that he is far from finished, it would seem. He's setting up a table inside the ring.
Tajiri stalking his prey. That term busted open is thrown around a lot. But think for a second about what it actually means. Super Crazy was hit so hard in the skull that his flesh split open.
And Tajiri showing no signs of relenting. He is making an example of Super Crazy in Crazy's own Mexican death match. And despite the fact that Crazy will never quit, he will never get up, you gotta question how much fight is left in the body of Super Crazy. What the hell? Tajiri's trying to decapitate Crazy.
Look at the blood in his eyes. I don't think he can see those chairs coming. He must be able to hear them. He's ducking on instinct.
Lucky for Crazy that he did. Tajiri was looking to finish not only this match, but possibly his career. Or worse.
I'd love to see Super Crazy get beat, but I don't want to see anybody get made.
Tajiri showing it. A vicious streak we have not yet seen. I mean, he's displaying Super Crazy for the cameras for everyone to see. Crazy now being set up lying prone on that table. Tajiri picking his shots. And now the Japanese buzzsaw is ascending the turnbuckle. He's going for the kill. He just stomped on the sternum of Crazy, and he's not done, he said. He's not done.
like Super Crazy should be afraid to even be in the ring with a savage like Tajiri.
He's mocking Crazy! And there's nothing we can do about it! If he renders Crazy unconscious and decides not to pin him and stay here all night and beat on his unconscious body, we can't stop him! Crazy! Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker! It's the moonsault! Crazy's gotta go for the pin, he's gotta end this match, I'm gonna get some medical attention fast!
How much adrenaline can he have left?
Tajiri thrown to the outside! Crazy now mounting an offense! Tajiri thrown over the guardrail! And Crazy going after him! Chair to the head! And Crazy's gonna try to wear down Tajiri by dragging him all over the building! But isn't Crazy wearing himself out as well?
This is Super Crazy's own kind of fight, a Mexican death match. And whether he wins or loses, he's gonna show Tajiri just what kind of a fight he was in for.
And now it's Tajiri who finds himself laid out on a table. Crazy pounding away, pounding on the chest of Tajiri with all he's got now, climbing into the bleachers. He's with the bleacher creatures here at the arena. Moonsault over the bleachers.
Luchadors are known for their high-flying tactics, but only one is crazy enough to try one from the bleachers this far into a Mexican death match. Eyes blinded with blood through a table to the concrete floor. Joey, the concrete floor.
And we wonder aloud if anything could slow down Tajiri, and that may have been the only thing to take a step off of the Japanese buzzsaw. Crazy, believe it or not, after taking the hellacious beating he has taken thus far in the Mexican death match, is in control again. It's unfathomable. You are watching ECW on TNN from the world infamous ECW Arena in South Philadelphia, where a year-long feud between Yoshihiro Tajiri and Super Crazy has escalated to a whole new level of violence, a Mexican death match. And after the beating he has taken and the mocking he has suffered throughout this matchup, the insane luchador Super Crazy has come alive! Super Crazy pounding his bare knuckles against the forehead of Tajiri, who now is busted open as well. Handspring elbow, but Crazy fires back with a clothesline. What a war we are witnessing between two great athletes. The fans are rallying behind the insane luchador here in Philadelphia. Crazy lifting up the limp body of Tajiri, looking to finish him off.
Crazy pointed to his head like he has an idea, but all of his ideas are crazy.
He just crushed Tajiri on the top rope. Springboard. Spinning heel kick to the back of the head. Good night, Tajiri. Tajiri somehow manages to kick out. This has degenerated into a battle of attrition. Pair of chops. Out of nowhere, There's the tarantula! Tajiri locked on the tarantula! Crazy never saw it coming, nobody does! Tajiri goes low, German suplex bridge! Crazy escape!
A German suplex isn't gonna do it. It's not gonna cause the pinfall. Not in this match where we've seen somebody get moonsaulted through a table onto a concrete floor. I don't know what's gonna cause the pinfall.
Somebody's gonna have to be knocked out and their limp body covered for the 3. Brainbuster attempt. Crazy now go behind. Tries a German suplex of his own. And Tajiri just sends Crazy head over heels. And again plants both boots, this time in the chest. Crazy over the guardrail. Asai moonsault. Not to be outdone, Tajiri, with blood running into his eyes, tries an Asai moonsault again, Joel, over concrete here at the ECW Arena.
And what about Crazy, Joey? Do you think his head hit the concrete, or do you think he was lucky enough to have it only hit the back of the steel chair?
There's no way to win in that situation, and Tajiri knows it. He senses that he's got Crazy beat. He is sliding a table into the ring. He's looking to finish off the insane luchador and defeat him in his own Mexican death match here on TNN for the world to see. That table now being set up on the second rope in the corner. But Tajiri took too long. Missile drop kick. Tajiri wisely rolls to the outside where he cannot be pinned. Both Tajiri and Crazy looking underneath the ring now, both of them. Crazy's got a table. Super Crazy slides a second table into the ring. Looks like both Tajiri and Crazy are looking for the knockdown punch. Tajiri, that's the ring wrench. What a kick! Oh, God! Tajiri just tried to maim Super Crazy. Crazy ducked the kick, he went low. Tajiri escaped. The green mist, the green mist. Here comes Tajiri. Through the table. Crazy wins! Crazy wins!
Your winner!
Super Crazy
Super
has won the
Crazy!
Mexican Death Match!
Eddie, according to Team Angle, you have 2 options in regards to tonight's ladder match. You can either A, take on Team Angle in a handicap match, or B, forfeit the match altogether.
Yeah. You know, I was hearing of those options, you see. And it's very considerate of Team Angle to offer that to me, Holmes. But you know what, you see? They forgot about option number 3, you see. And that's my right to go and find a tag team partner, you see. Now, let me tell you something, Josh. It was very hard to find a partner to take Chavito's place. You know, first because Chavito's familia. But see, I needed to find somebody that was crazy, que estaba loco, así como los guerreros, ese. He had to not be totally right up here, if you know what I mean, ese. But you know what, Holmes? Guess what? I found one here, ese. Órale, vato, vente. Tajiri's oh, here. Let me crown you, ese. Órale, vato. Yeah. Ese, you feel like familia now, vato. Hey, tell them what I'm teaching you already, ese. The family tradition of los guerreros.
We die, we cheat, we still ese. Órale.
Chavito, this one's for you, Holmes. Welcome to Champs, Cole.
Championship. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 489 pounds. They are the tag team champions, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, Team Angle.
Well, last week on SmackDown, Team Angle, Shelton Benjamin stole one from Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie Guerrero would get the last laugh. Check this out.
Whoa! Eddie Guerrero thinking on his feet like a true veteran. And then right here, you'll see in a moment, Captain Kurt Shelton Benjamin with a crashing hello.
Will Eddie Guerrero get the last laugh tonight with his new partner, Tajiri, in this ladder match?
Talk about unique. Tajiri and Eddie Guerrero? Viva la raza!
And the challengers at a combined weight of 434 pounds, Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri.
Eddie Guerrero's normal partner, his nephew, Chavo Guerrero, suffered a torn biceps during the SmackDown tour in the United Kingdom. Chavo had surgery last Thursday with the renowned Dr. Andrews. We wish Chavo well, but tonight it's Eddie and Tajiri going for the tag team title.
Yeah, big up to Chavo sitting home. Get back soon, bro, man. Good luck.
And here we go. Time as this matchup gets underway. Again, it's a ladder match with the tag team titles. The rules are simple. There are no pinfalls. There are no submissions. There are no countouts. You can use those ladders as a weapon, as you just saw. The championship belts are suspended high above the ring. You use the ladders to climb up. When you pull the tag team titles down, you will win the tag team gold.
Well, let's face it, Cole, it's an uphill battle for Tajiri and Eddie Guerrero. These men have never even tagged before. They've never actually even wrestled each other before.
Well, what's going through the mind of the tag team champions, Team Angle? They thought they were heading into this matchup tonight, either a 2-on-1 affair against Eddie or a forfeit. Now they're taking on an opponent, well, they don't know too much about in Tajiri.
Well, I mean, Team Angle eliminated one Guerrero, and now possibly eliminated the Eddie Guerrero after that ladder smash early. I don't know where the hell Eddie's at.
Well, this allows Team Angle here to double team Tajiri as Eddie Guerrero was taken out early on in the matchup. Again, no pinfalls, no submissions, so you wouldn't think a match like this would favor the mat-based style of Team Angle.
Well, here comes Eddie Guerrero. He's up on his feet, but yeah, you might want to use some suplexes or submissions to wear down your opponent. Get the ladder in there and try and climb to the top and grab those titles either retain or win them.
Again, no tags will be made in this matchup. First team to be able to climb the ladder and pull the titles down will win the tag team gold. Tajiri's been taken out.
Look at this.
Now Team Angle begins the double team on Eddie Guerrero. A knee driven into the ribs.
Beautiful gut buster by Team Angle. That's the teamwork. And now Team Angle contemplating getting that ladder, getting in there and climbing up to the top and getting their championships. These guys don't even know where the hell the ladders are.
Again, it's their inexperience. Team Angle has never been in a ladder match.
They're wrestlers, Cole. They are wrestlers. I mean, but what about Guerrero and they got the ladder now. Guerrero and Tajiri. These two men, like we said, never even wrestled as partners before.
Look at this. Tajiri. Oh, wow.
I don't think Tajiri got all of that. Again, that's the inexperience as far as the team goes of Guerrero and Tajiri. But Guerrero got that plancha. Oh, missed it, actually.
We saw Shelton Benjamin sidestep Eddie Guerrero. And again, the tag team champions, Team Angle, are in control of this matchup. Eddie Guerrero, the only individual of the four men in this matchup who's ever been involved in a ladder match. And it was a great one last year against Raw's Rob Van Dam.
Well, here we go. This could be the end of the match already, Cole. Team Angle, get up there and grab those championships, those title belts.
All Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin have to do is climb the ladder, yank their tag team titles down, and they will retain the tag team gold here at Judgment Day.
Oh, it's Tajiri, but the ladder, I don't think the ladder was lined up.
Look at this.
Handspring, wow, back elbows.
Tajiri saving the matchup for his team for the time being.
Very innovative right there, very innovative by Tajiri with that handspring and those double elbows into the ladder.
The Japanese buzzsaw Tajiri and his partner Eddie Guerrero now stalking. Wow, look at that ladder. Just glancing off the side of the head of Shelton Benjamin.
That was pretty good teamwork there.
You see Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat, who's trying to teach the Latino Heat to Tajiri, and Tajiri took a page book out of the Guerreros here.
Look at this. Bingo, knocking both Team Angle members right off the ladder.
Uh-oh. Charlie Haas is in all kinds of trouble.
Oh, my God. The ladder.
Eddie and Tajiri split the difference.
Oh, my God. Team Angle gonna be talking a high-pitched voice forever after that, yeah.
And that is completely legal in this matchup.
Oh, look
no
at-
disqualifications, no pinfalls, no submissions.
Oh my, that poor guy. Jeez.
And on the other side of the ring, Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri bringing yet another ladder into the ring. The ladder's not only used to tear down the tag team titles, but can also be used, as you just saw, as a weapon.
And that's the key. You need to use those ladders as a weapon, as Eddie Guerrero was well aware of. That's why him and Tajiri just did that.
What do you think's going through the mind of Eddie Guerrero? He has to be torn in this matchup. Chance to win the tag team titles, but
man.
his nephew Chavo's not here, but look out. Oh my.
Oh, it's a red, white, and blue sandwich, Cole.
Charlie Haas is in trouble.
Charlie Haas is in big trouble. Might be a big heel-o.
Eddie Guerrero driving that steel ladder into the sternum, the gut area of Charlie Haas.
But Guerrero felt it on his back and kidney area, sacrificing his own body. Eddie Guerrero did. Sometimes you need to do that to wear down your opponent.
You see Tajiri telling Eddie Guerrero, now we have to seize the opportunity, set the ladder up, take the tag team titles down. Tajiri has that opportunity right here.
See Tajiri get up there with that great leg extension, maybe kick the title off of there and catch it. That would be good.
Tajiri trying to climb the ladder. There the tag team goal. High above the ring, Shelton Benjamin counters, and I think Tajiri's jaw just bounced off a rung of that ladder.
Not a rung, a ring. It's a rung.
A rung.
Drinking too much beer.
What about Tajiri? From what I understand, 24 hours ago, he didn't have any idea he was even in this matchup. And look at Shelton. Oh, what a drop kick by Eddie.
Well,
launching Shelton off the ladder.
Eddie recovered from that big heel with his own body on that ladder, but Charlie Haas is still down from that sandwich ladder heel, I guess you'd call it.
High drama, high danger in this ladder match with the tag team titles on the line.
Latino Heat now cooking up. That temper's probably shifted into gear, Cole.
What do you think the captain of Team Angle, Kurt Angle's thinking about?
Well, Kurt's at home in Pittsburgh, recovered from that neck.
Oh, Shelton Benjamin driving Eddie kidney first into the ladder.
Looked like I'm pretty sure it looked like a power slam driving Eddie Guerrero. Shelton Benjamin did into those steel ladder.
Team Angle not doing too badly for themselves.
Oh, what? Oh!
And Tajiri.
Let's take another look at this, Cole. Let's see here. Reversal duck under. Bam! Right there. Driving Guerrero into the ladder. Nice by Shelton Benjamin.
And the tag team champions are in control of this matchup as they look to retain the tag team gold here tonight. Shelton Benjamin setting the ladder up. And here comes a double team perhaps on Tajiri.
But Haas is still hurting from that sandwiched heel-o. Oof! Wow. Tajiri chest first into that steel ladder. Uh-oh, I think I know what Charlie looked like he was going for that, maybe not.
Those blows to the back of Tajiri from Charlie Haas.
Oh, no. Oh, Cole. We've seen Team Angle do this in the ring, but not
from this height. Never from this height.
Oh, my God!
Driving Tajiri into that steel ladder. Did you see Tajiri's neck and his head snap as Shelton Benjamin landed on the small of the back?
Oh,
Shelton hurt himself as well.
He might have hurt his crotch region, but Tajiri, God, the pain shooting through that athlete's body. Let's see that again.
Take one more look as Charlie Haas sets up the ladder.
Reason for words here. Look at that.
Tajiri's body folding like an accordion as Charlie Haas climbs the ladder, trying to make it.
Oh yeah, he's going up.
Gold.
Charlie's going up. Cole, he's gonna. Eddie Guerrero's in the ring.
Charlie Haas just a tip away, and Eddie Guerrero sends Haas off the top of the ladder, over the top rope to the ground below.
Carnage everywhere. That shows how important those tag team championships are. Team Angle wants to retain, and Tajiri, along with Eddie Guerrero, want to snatch and become the new champs.
Take another look at the height Charlie Haas was up there.
See how Charlie lands here. Sprung off that top rope. Can't quite see where he landed. He landed on his head, on his beam.
And Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri capitalized. Charlie Haas has been knocked out of this matchup for all intents and purposes.
This is smart by Eddie Guerrero, the veteran. He's been in these ladder matches before. He's taking his time setting the ladder up. He knows that Team Angle are down and hurt. So you set up your offense, and now looks like Shelton Benjamin's going to be in some trouble here. Reverse.
Eddie Guerrero went into the ladder.
Like I said, looks like Eddie Guerrero's going to be in some trouble here.
Wow. Shelton Benjamin.
Big time velocity into that ladder.
It was a desperate time for Team Angle. Charlie Haas had been taken out. Shelton Benjamin was close to being taken out.
Oh, man. And that's those educated feet of Tajiri, and using the ladder as well.
When you get to this point in the matchup, when both teams absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment, what can the strategy be?
Well, you try and survive, Cole. You just try and survive and get your second win. Duck. Watch out!
Oh my God. The quick feed of the Japanese saw off the temple of Shelton Benjamin.
I've been nailed with those kicks. It ain't fun, man. Trust me.
And Tajiri. Ladder in hand. First. Rib first to Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin caught in the ribs. He's got to be feeling his lower extremities from that dive off the ladder onto Jerry.
Wow! Fans here in Charlotte enjoying this ladder match, enjoying Judgment Day all over the world. The United Kingdom, Bermuda, Bahrain, Malaysia, Puerto Rico, 50 other countries here tonight as well, as Tajiri takes control of Team Angle. But there's Charlie Haas from behind. There's the danger of the ladder match. You don't have to make tags. Sometimes you get into these 2-on-1 situations.
Got to watch your back. Oh, man. Tarantula time, Cole!
Tajiri locks in the tarantula to Charlie Haas.
How long? I mean, maybe Tajiri can keep this on longer than a 5 count.
Oh, look at Shelton
God.
Benjamin, the ladder.
Oh, my God.
Skull of Tajiri.
Did you hear that?
Wow! That ladder blast echoing through the Charlotte Coliseum.
How do you think Tajiri feels? He caught it.
But can Team Angle take advantage? They've got to climb the ladder to get to the tag team title.
Look at this. Tajiri's head. Oh, man!
Team Angle has taken out Tajiri. Team Angle's goal to take out Eddie Guerrero. Then they have an unimpeded path to climb the ladders to the tag team gold.
Unimpeded.
That means nobody in their way, no obstacles.
I know what it means, Cole. Let's just call a match. Team Angle all over Eddie Guerrero. Team Angle now going to climb. Use that ladder to get up to the top.
Crowd in Charlotte.
Get behind Eddie. Get behind Guerrero.
Behind Eddie Guerrero. Shelton Benjamin in control of Eddie Guerrero. And a blow to the back by the tag team champions.
I'm sorry, my opinion, just that ladder doesn't look like it belongs in Charlie's hand. He's a purist wrestler, you know?
They're mat-based wrestlers. You make a great point there. Sometimes it looks like Team Angle may be confused as to what to do with the ladders in the ring. You can't fault them for that. They're the tag team champions based on what they've done on the mat, not how they climb ladders.
Shelton's directed traffic for Charlie with that ladder.
Look at Eddie.
Monkey flip.
Monkey flip. Shelton Benjamin ran into the ladder.
Great counter right there. Eddie Guerrero probably seen Charlie Haas going to get that ladder. Big time counter there by Latino Heat.
And Tajiri's been knocked out. He's rolling around on the floor outside the ring, out there where Shelton was just tossed out. Now it's back to Eddie and Charlie Haas.
Tajiri's down, he's out. I mean, that ladder caught him in the back of the head. What's Eddie Guerrero got in mind here?
Charlie Haas sent out of the ring as well.
Here we go, here we go.
Eddie Guerrero can sit up the ladder. He can climb the ladder and win the tag team titles right here.
Yeah, but Eddie Guerrero's been for one hell of a battle, Cole. One hell of a battle. Come on, Latino Heat. I'm sure Chava's at home rooting on Uncle Eddie right now, man.
Eddie Guerrero climbing the ladder. Charlie Haas back to the ring. Forces Eddie to come down with the right hand to Charlie Haas, then to Shelton Benjamin. Again, Latino
Eddie.
Quickly trying to climb the ladder. Quickly trying to get to the tag team goal. But Team Angle, the 2-on-1, maybe too much, but Eddie continues to fight out.
Eddie ain't quitting. Eddie ain't quitting. Now Charlie's climbing the other end of the ladder.
Charlie Haas' head bouncing off the top of that steel ladder. Shelton Benjamin trying to yank Eddie Guerrero down.
Ain't no secret, Eddie Guerrero ain't playing fair. He don't care, he just wants to win the championships.
The fiery temper of Latino Heat. Eddie Guerrero's on the top of the ladder. What the hell's he doing? Frog splash from the top of the ladder.
Oh my God, I thought Eddie was gonna try and grab that tag team title. Instead, frog splashing Shelton Benjamin.
Wow. Eddie Guerrero's been knocked down. Shelton Benjamin's out. And look at how close Eddie was for the title, but he opted for the frog splash.
I'm sure Eddie had a reason for doing what he doing. He probably felt Shelton was too fresh, had to wear down Shelton. But how much did it take out of Eddie as Charlie begins that climb?
Can Charlie Haas make it to the top of the ladder? Haas is struggling. He's absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment. Eddie Guerrero, with the fans in Charlotte behind him, trying to climb the other side of the ladder.
It's close, Cole. This might be a photo finish here. Eddie's trying to catch up to Charlie.
Charlie Haas within a fingertip of the tag team gold, but a right hand from Eddie Guerrero. Charlie Haas again reaches, and again a right hand from Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, look at him!
Haas ripped down the tag team titles.
Man. I don't know if that ladder can hold both men's weight.
Another right hand. Eddie Guerrero is going to go flying off the top of that ladder.
Charlie Haas in trouble. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my God,
man! A sunset powerbomb by Eddie Guerrero to Charlie Haas from the top of that ladder.
Now's the time for Eddie Guerrero, Cole. Shelton Benjamin receiving that frog splash. Check this out.
This is a shot from the top of the ladder.
Sunset flip into a powerbomb.
Can you imagine that
signing up for one.
Eddie Guerrero struggling desperately to set the ladder in
I
position.
don't think Eddie realizes Shelton just crawled in the ring.
Shelton Benjamin into the ring. Charlie Haas is out.
Oh, man.
Shelton Benjamin hoping to
And
cut
he's up.
Eddie Guerrero off at the pass.
And he's at that midpoint. Shelton doing the right thing, trying to grab the legs.
And now the tights of Eddie Guerrero.
Tajiri's back in the ring, Cole.
Shelton Benjamin trying to prevent Eddie Guerrero from reaching for the tag team gold.
To Tajiri. Shelton doesn't see Tajiri. Shelton doesn't see
The miss! The green miss to Shelton Benjamin. Completely legal in the matchup. Eddie is on the top of the ladder.
And he's helping Tajiri up there. Both men, both athletes. Oh my God, Cole. We're going to have it. New champs. New champs.
Eddie Guerrero has got the titles. Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri have done the improbable. And they win the tag team championship.
Here are your winners and the new WWE Tag Team Champions, Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri.
Look at the elation and the joy in the faces of Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri. This team thrown together at the last minute, but they end the tag team title reign of Team Angle.
What an upset. Great victory for Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri, our new tag team champions. And I'm sure Chavo's at home smiling and happy for Uncle Eddie and Tajiri.
Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri have climbed the ladder tonight in Charlotte.
What a ladder match, what a match. Can't take nothing off Team Angle. I'm sure Kurt Angle ain't too happy at home in Pittsburgh.
At the end of the week, we get to keep.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WWE Tag Team Champions. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 489 pounds, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, Team Angle.
Team Angle's 3-month tag team title reign as champions ended Sunday at Judgment Day in a ladder match. Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas furious, wasting little time invoking the automatic rematch clause in the contract. Rematch time tonight.
And at a combined weight of 434 pounds, they are the new Tag Team Champions, Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri.
With nephew Chavo tearing his biceps, Eddie Guerrero went to Judgment Day Sunday in need of a partner. Tajiri is who Eddie chose in this makeshift team, shocked everyone, winning the tag team titles in a ladder match.
That's right, Cole and Tajiri. Let's face it, Eddie Guerrero found himself a ringer in Tajiri. And you're right, it was a ladder match. Judgment Day, Guerrero, Tajiri successful. But now tonight, rematch for Team Angle in a wrestling match. My opinion, Team Angle gets back tag team gold tonight, right here, right now.
Tremendous point partners Sunday at Judgment Day, the first ever ladder match for Team Angle. But tonight, no ladders involved. Straight mat-based wrestling, which will favor the All-Americans, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
And let's face it, Cole, Team Angle shouldn't even been. I've been thinking about this past couple days. Team Angle shouldn't even been in that ladder match. It just goes against their style. These two men, Haas and Benjamin, are wrestlers.
And here's Tajiri, lock up Shelton Benjamin, first takedown of the matchup, shoulders down, and a kick out. A perfect example of what you're talking about.
Yeah, right there, side headlock takedown. Before that, a schoolboy, quick near falls, and Tajiri now trying to get a single leg, not a smart move with Shelton Benjamin. Oh, nice arm drag.
By the Japanese buzzsaw, Tajiri. Well, Team Angle is, look at
Nice.
shoulders down, and a kick out by Shelton Benjamin. Surprise there by the Japanese buzzsaw. Team Angle, desperate to win back the tag team titles. Captain Kurt Angle will return to SmackDown in 2 weeks in Anaheim, California.
Kurt's coming back, that's great.
And Team Angle doesn't want to spoil Kurt Angle's return by not having the gold around its waist. So Team Angle trying to get that tag team gold back before Anaheim.
If you're Charlie Haas or Shelton Benjamin, the last thing you want to do is face Kurt Angle.
Here's the cover, hook of the leg off the step there, and a kick out.
Is face your captain, Kurt Angle, say, Kurt, we had an opportunity on SmackDown to get our gold back, and we didn't.
Yeah, look at this.
Whoa.
High hip toss by Tajiri. And knee to the side of the head of Charlie Haas. Hook of the leg again, and again a kick out by Charlie Haas.
I mean, Team Angle here, they're just a great tag team, And this is only the second time Tajiri and Eddie Guerrero have tagged. Yes, they are the champions. It's only the second time these guys have wrestled together.
Here's the double team by Team Angle. Tajiri's in
Look at
trouble.
Eddie.
Look at Eddie Guerrero saving his partner. Teamwork by the tag team champions. Looks like they've been together forever.
Well, like I said, Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri are well-oiled machine, Cole.
And Team Angle becoming frustrated in the early part of this matchup. Remember, tag team titles are on the line. And remember this, Team Angle cannot afford, especially in this situation here, to get counted out of the ring.
Well, they know that. I mean, they learned from Kurt Angle. One of the three eyes, intelligence. Charlie Haas and Shelton regrouping on the outside.
Yeah, they have to be careful, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, to keep their emotions in check. Remember, you can't win the tag team titles if you let your frustrations get to you and you get disqualified.
Well, speaking of frustrations and losing the temper, there's Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero's temper's flaring like a pack of hemorrhoids, Cole.
Hey, it didn't take Eddie long to teach Tajiri how to lie, cheat, and steal the Guerrero family tradition. Tajiri using that green mist in that ladder match to help pick up the victory.
Well, you know, he's from Tokyo.
What does that have anything to do with green mist?
Oh, the green mist. They do that over there.
Look at Eddie Guerrero. Nice arm drag up. He came off the top rope.
Yeah, springboard. Look at this.
Here's the cover again, and Charlie Haas kicks out. Eddie Guerrero.
Quick sweep down. Head scissor by Eddie Guerrero.
And Latino Heat off the snapmare makes a quick tag to his partner, Tajiri. But what about earlier on? Oh, what a kick to the back of the head. And again a shot to Charlie Haas.
Uno, dos. Let me see in Japanese. Ich, ni. Ni is two. I'm positive. Oh. Hey, Cole, what do you think Mr. McMahon meant when he said his fingerprints would be all over the show tonight? What do you think he meant by
He's
that?
already put his fingerprints on the show. He walked out here, said he's tired of all the mistakes on SmackDown.
Oh, man.
It said he's taking over tonight, and Mr. McMahon guarantees by the end of tonight he'll have a smile on his face. And look at Tajiri. Oh, what a kick to the side of the face. And here's the quick tag to Eddie Guerrero.
You gotta wonder what Stephanie thinks of that, Cole.
Eddie Guerrero. Oh, Stephanie McMahon is here tonight. In fact, she will have a very special interview later on tonight. We'll talk about that in a few moments.
Eddie Guerrero's heating it up right now. Back suplex.
And Charlie Haas landed high and tight that time, but Shelton Benjamin was in control. Eddie Guerrero off the reverse.
Got the clothesline. Watch, there's a German switch. Beautiful standing switch. Oh, there goes Shelton Benjamin right on the outside.
That's the experience of Eddie Guerrero.
Absolutely.
Knew he was in a bit of trouble.
Not often you could out-wrestle Shelton Benjamin. Hey! Oh, somersault plancha right there!
Tag titles are on the line when we come back! Oh, what a drop kick by Eddie Guerrero. Guerrero and Tajiri's tag team titles are on the line here on SmackDown. A rematch against Team Angle, but Eddie Guerrero's in control.
There we go, this trifecta of triple verticals. Vintage Eddie Guerrero spinning the legs, getting his hips off the ground, pulling his opponent up, blind tag there.
Shelton Benjamin wise to get to his corner. Eddie Guerrero doesn't realize the tag was made. He knows now. Charlie Haas up over the top.
Big
Can't
sunset.
quite get Eddie Guerrero over.
Charlie went for big sunset flip.
So Shelton Benjamin, wow, what a neck breaker. Here, shoulders down, and Tajiri saves the titles for his team.
The brilliant feet of Tajiri right in the kisser of Charlie Haas.
Again, we've been talking about throughout this matchup. Team Angle desperate to get the tag team titles back. Kurt Angle, the captain of Team Angle, returns in 2 weeks to SmackDown. Nice swinging neck breaker by Charlie Haas. Here's the cover on Eddie Guerrero, who kicks out after 2.
Gotta hook a leg with a world-class athlete like Eddie Guerrero. Charlie maybe got a little flustered there, but here comes Shelton Benjamin now.
And Team Angle beginning to take control of Eddie Guerrero.
Nice, that head vice is clopped right in there on Eddie Guerrero's head.
Already tonight, Mr. McMahon said he guarantees he'll have a smile on his face by the end of the evening. He claims he's taking over. Also tonight, John Cena's in action. Chris Benoit takes on Matt Hardy. Brock Lesnar to meet a member of the FBI in a very special interview Stephanie McMahon will conduct a bit later on tonight. More on that in a few moments.
You're not gonna want to miss that, and you're not gonna want to miss this. Eddie Guerrero fighting back right now, trying to hold the tag team gold. Look at that!
Wow, Shelton Benjamin.
Beautiful duck under crotch throw right there by Shelton.
Hook of the leg. Oh, and a kick out by Eddie Guerrero.
Tough to keep Eddie Guerrero down. Shelton Benjamin realizes that.
Shot by Charlie Haas, in off the tag by Shelton Benjamin. Team Angle doing a great job here, wearing down Eddie Guerrero.
They're working Eddie Guerrero's back down. They're keeping the pressure on the back. And Eddie Guerrero realizes that.
Oh, trying to make it to Tajiri, just couldn't quite make the tag. Charlie Haas, great job keeping Eddie isolated.
No doubt about it. Now Charlie Haas got a very good front headlock applied. Letting go, probably going for a vertical suplex here.
Eddie Guerrero placed up on the top rope by Charlie Haas.
The old superplex, Cole.
Eddie Guerrero trying to battle out of his right hand.
Can't hesitate.
Benjamin, right hand is well to Shelton. Eddie's in trouble though, caught up in those ropes.
Oh, he's looking pretty good fighting back, Cole. I mean, Eddie Guerrero's throwing some haymakers around here.
A right hand by Charlie Haas as well. Charlie Haas up to the second rope. Eddie Guerrero could be in trouble. Charlie Haas tossed off. Look at Eddie. Look at Eddie. Top rope. Froggy. Frog splash. Charlie Haas with knees to the gut of Eddie Guerrero.
Always thinking.
Cover. Hook of the leg. New champion. No.
Let's take a look at that again. Eddie Guerrero going for that frog splash. The intelligence. Bam of Charlie Haas. Team Angle.
So close for Team Angle. A half a count away from regaining tag team gold. And there's a backbreaker, and Eddie has absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment at the hands of Team Angle.
Right
and
back.
look at Charlie Haas.
House of Pain is in the
House
house.
of Pain, a submission maneuver. Eddie Guerrero's in trouble. Shelton keeps Tajiri from getting involved.
Again, Team Angle working on the back, the roll back of Eddie Guerrero.
And Tajiri saves the matchup for his team.
That just sure as hell. Tajiri just saved the tag team gold, I think, Cole.
Charlie Haas had the House of Pain locked in. Tajiri saved the matchup.
Eddie's in trouble. Eddie needs to get Tajiri in that ring, and the Japanese Boss Star needs to start kicking people in the face.
And Team Angle doing a great job keeping each other fresh, tagging in and out of the ring. You're beginning to feel here that
I think Eddie Tajiri just yelled something in Japanese to Eddie Guerrero. That's not going to help.
you're beginning to feel here
Abdominal stretch.
that Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri's tag team title reign may only last 4 days.
Well, that's right. The champions could be in trouble. People here in Greensboro get behind Eddie Guerrero. He's in an abdominal stretch.
This is a submission maneuver. You can see the agony in the eyes of Eddie Guerrero.
Tajiri trying to interject himself.
Oh, look at this.
Illegal switch right here.
No
Illegal
tag was
switch.
ever made.
Well, you know what?
Referee was distracted, never saw it. And Charlie Haas now again, Team Angle, keeping themselves fresh.
Well, if you're Mike Hill, it's going to be kind of tough to confuse Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. They don't really look the same, you know what I'm saying?
Team Angle is pulling out all the stops here tonight to try to regain tag team gold.
See Charlie Haas. Oh, nice!
Look at Eddie.
Hip toss there.
But how much does Eddie have left? That abdominal stretch and the House of Pain before that has taken a lot out of Eddie
I
Guerrero.
don't think Eddie's done yet, Cole. Here he comes. Whoa!
And again, Charlie Haas keeps Eddie Guerrero
Big
from
time.
making a tag. Cover. Hooks the leg. He's got him. No, Eddie Guerrero somehow got the shoulder up, and I don't think Charlie Haas can believe he didn't pick up the
I don't
pinfall.
either. I don't know how Eddie Guerrero kicked out of that humongous double leg takedown by Charlie Haas.
Again, a tag made by Shelton Benjamin. And Team Angle continues to wear Eddie Guerrero down. Oh, no.
We've seen Team Angle do this maneuver.
We saw this on the ladder Sunday. Wow! Oh, my God. Right into the kidneys.
Back to the lower back. Back to the lower back. Great Northern Light suplex.
Here's the bridge. And look at Tajiri. You saw Eddie Guerrero calling for help, and Tajiri just got in to save the matchup for his team.
Well, Eddie realized he didn't have enough to kick out. That's why.
That's the veteran, Eddie Guerrero, who's struggling, crawling to make it to the corner, trying to get out of this predicament. Shelton Benjamin holding on and yanking Eddie Guerrero back toward his corner.
Once Shelton picks an ankle and hangs on to that bad boy, it's going to be tough to shake Shelton off with that great grip from all those years of wrestling as an amateur.
Again, Eddie Guerrero isolated from Tajiri. Team Angle continues to pound away at Eddie Guerrero, perhaps moments away from regaining the tag team titles as Eddie Guerrero and the Latino Heat start to battle back.
He's bringing those punches with those Muay Thai-like kicks to the kidney and lower back region. But here comes Eddie.
Eddie Guerrero beginning to fire up a bit. But you see Eddie, not much left in those kicks. How much does Eddie Guerrero have left? Off the top rope. Look at this! Wow! An arm drag and a leg scissors.
That's that luchador style Eddie Guerrero grew up doing as a kid from the great Guerrero family. Let's take a look at that again.
Let's take another look as Eddie Guerrero makes a tag to Tajiri, and here comes Tajiri.
Watch your head. Watch the wall. Handspring. Whoa!
Charlie Haas knocked off the apron. A kick to Shelton Benjamin, and the Japanese buzzsaw beginning to dissect Shelton Benjamin.
Oh my God, there's no escape when the buzzsaw gets cranking.
Tajiri is feeling it.
Tajiri's blowing the roof off the joint.
Here we go. Handspring elbow connects.
Stay on, Tajiri. Come on, keep it going. Attaboy.
And Tajiri shots to the ribs of Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin has been thrown off his game here. Tajiri plants Shelton. Here's the cover. Hook of the leg. There's two. Charlie Haas desperately saves the matchup.
A tornado DDT by Tajiri. Hip toss almost out. Both men out.
Well, Eddie and Charlie Haas tossed over the top rope. The two legal men, Shelton Benjamin and Tajiri, left in the ring. Tajiri.
Watch your head, Shelton.
An explosive kick, but Shelton Benjamin just ducked out of the way.
Headbutt to the gut by Shelton to Tajiri. Uh-oh. Someone's caught in the whip pull. Tarantula.
The Tarantula is locked in, and Charlie Haas with a shot to the back of the head, and Eddie Guerrero made him pay.
Talk about a shot to the back of the head.
WWE Tag Team titles are on the line.
Oh, the Dragon Whip
connects. Tajiri may be out cold.
Tajiri getting a taste of his own medicine there. Shelton Benjamin.
Wait a minute. Eddie Guerrero with a steel chair. Eddie Guerrero with a steel chair. The referee's counting in a steel chair to the referee. Eddie Guerrero just clapped the hell, and he tossed the evidence to Charlie Haas.
Busted. They lie, they cheat, they steal.
Charlie Haas has the evidence in his hand. Referee Bubba Kyoto. This is going to be an interesting decision.
The winners of this match were relevant disqualification and still tag team champions, Tajiri and Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie and Tajiri steal one. They screw Team Angle.
Steal one, that's an understatement. Eddie Guerrero, sorry, Tajiri learning the family tradition rapidly.
Well, Eddie Guerrero didn't hit the referee as hard as he could. I believe he hit him just hard enough to frame Charlie Haas. Here comes the brand new U.S. champion.
What kind of rise you got tonight, Cole? The hell is that? Pretty sharp-looking convertibles.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United States Championship. Making his way to the ring from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, is the U.S. champion, Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero set to take on Tajiri, but
Wait, the car's not hopping though.
the lowrider's supposed to like bounce up and down.
That's what they call it, low rider. Well, that's good, Cole.
Like Jamie Noble's hotel room, right?
Yeah. Hit the button again, Ed. Hit the button. It's not the tires,
Well,
Eddie.
maybe hydraulic problem.
Yeah, it's the button. The button got stuck. It happens to my low rider all the time.
Coming from the streets and
You have a low rider? But when Eddie gets embarrassed, he gets pretty PO, you know what I mean? Yeah, I do have a low rider, yeah. You don't have one? Look, he hit the button. It's not happening.
Well, Latino, he is not happy.
He's getting mad. Yeah.
Oh, he's embarrassed. Car isn't working in front of all these people.
Oh, looks shiny. The wax job's good on it. It's a little confused here.
Why have a lowrider that doesn't bounce around?
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Fiat. What do you know? I don't know.
He's going to check out. Wait a minute! That's Tajiri! He missed to the eyes of Eddie Guerrero! And Tajiri, the Japanese buzzsaw! And this match hasn't even started yet!
Tajiri is all over Eddie Guerrero.
Get it back. Get it up in the ring. Get him up in the ring.
Tajiri's back.
And there's the trainer. They're flushing the eyes.
I can't wrestle, man. I can't see.
I don't know. Compete tonight, guys.
What?
Okay.
What?
How many fingers do I got up?
I can't see, man. I can't wrestle. Would you tell him like that? I can't see the three fingers he's holding up. Huh? I can't see. I can't wrestle, Holmes. Give me my belt, man. I can't see, man. I can't wrestle. Just call it a night.
Hold on. Well, Eddie couldn't see the three fingers that the trainer was holding up, as Eddie pointed out.
Eddie Guerrero saying he can't wrestle, said his eyes were blinded.
I mean, Tajiri sprayed that mist, and
Wait a minute.
What?
Referee Mike Chioda with Tony Chimmel.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has just informed me that Eddie Guerrero must compete in this match or he will forfeit the U.S. Championship.
We will have a match tonight. Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri for the U.S. title next. We are back on SmackDown. Oh! What a heel kick by Tajiri to Eddie Guerrero. U.S. Championship's on the line. Moments ago, referee Mike Chioda determining that Eddie Guerrero could continue continue in this matchup after Tajiri ambushed Eddie with a green mist to the eyes by hiding in the trunk of Eddie's lowrider. Here's the cover, shoulders down, and a kick out by Eddie Guerrero.
Tajiri is all over Eddie Guerrero, rubbing that forearm right across that cheekbone of Eddie Guerrero.
Can you blame Tajiri? Last month, Eddie Guerrero put Tajiri through the windshield of that lowrider. Upset that Eddie and Tajiri lost the tag titles and that Tajiri had dented up Eddie's poor car. God forbid he was concerned about Tajiri's friend.
How do you say that long of a sentence? I'm pretty impressed. You got a lot of wind, coach. This is really good. Poke to the eyes right there by Latino Heat.
Tie up the loose ends of the story. That's my job.
All right, I hear you, storyteller.
Oh!
Get him out of the corner. Cállese, cabrón. Come on. Get it down, Jerry, come on.
Uh-oh, Eddie Guerrero's in trouble.
He's in a tree of woe, almost in a tree of woe. Whoa!
Japanese buzzsaw, Tajiri. Very, very intense tonight.
Keep your eye on Tajiri. Watch this. Wow! Hey, let me tell you, I've wrestled Tajiri a lot, and I've taken that sliding baseball kick. It hurts like hell.
Get him out of the corner. Off the head.
Oh, face first goes Eddie Guerrero.
Everybody's dumping friends. No one likes each other. Wish I can get rid of this anchor I got called Cole.
Here's the hook of the leg on Eddie Guerrero. And the shoulder up again by Guerrero. The U.S. Championship is on the line here tonight in this matchup. Oh, Tajiri pulled by the trunks into that second turnbuckle by Eddie Guerrero.
Face first into that bad boy there. Well, these guys used to be buddies, hombres, amigos, and all those words that mean friends. Not no more.
Tajiri tossed out of the ring, and Eddie Guerrero, the U.S. champion, and held back by referee Mike Chioda. Look at Eddie.
Well, Chioda's doing his job. What's Tajiri up? He's shady. You got to watch Tajiri, too.
Tajiri's the Japanese buzzsaw.
Whoa.
Eddie Guerrero from behind. Taking Tajiri out.
Yeah, double axe handle right to the back of the bean of Tajiri there.
You saw the measures that Eddie Guerrero would go through to win the U.S. Championship. Imagine what Guerrero is going to do to keep the title.
Well, in my opinion, Eddie Guerrero makes a great United States champion.
Yeah, if you like guys who lie, cheat, and steal.
I love guys who lie, cheat, and steal, and girls.
Yeah, what a shock. Guerrero back into the ring as Tajiri rolls out of the other side. And Tajiri just trying to buy himself some time here.
Well, that's a smart thing for Tajiri to do. You got to watch. Tajiri could be playing possum, though. I'm telling you, Tajiri's a shady character.
Former Cruiserweight champion, Tajiri, world-renowned.
Well, Eddie's not going out there after. These guys know each other very well.
Well, that's the veteran instinct of Eddie Guerrero.
You got to watch Eddie. Eddie knows what he's doing in there. Veteran.
Back into the center of the ring. Stalemate here so far in this matchup. U.S. Championship up for grabs. Guerrero and Tajiri. And Tajiri with a kick. And you got to watch those quick feet of Tajiri.
Tajiri's got some serious impact behind those kicks.
And Eddie Guerrero with impact with that chop into the right hand.
So throwdown right here.
Oh, and what an elbow by Latino Heat.
Big time running back elbow by Eddie Guerrero. He got all of that one. There we go.
Hilo into the sternum. Cover by Guerrero. There's 1, 2, and Tajiri kicks out as Eddie Guerrero fails to hook the leg. But Latino Heat starting to feel it here a little bit.
Yeah, this is usually when Guerrero starts getting real confident and pompous in there. And once a competitor gets that back suplex, that confidence going.
Cover 2 and a kick out. And you see how Eddie Guerrero just drives that forearm into the face of Tajiri.
Once a guy gets that confidence going, it's tough to beat him. He's got the momentum.
Eddie Guerrero continuing the pressure. Zach Gowen in action later on tonight on SmackDown. Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle to take on a tag team of Mr. McMahon's choosing. How are Lesnar and Angle going to get along tonight? Looked like they were getting along a little bit better a few moments ago.
Well, Guerrero's got this rear chin lock, this rear naked choke applied. Guerrero's got a good lock of the fingers there. Tough to break that hold. Tajiri's trying to get wrist control, as you see.
You'll see some of that green mist on the tongue and lips of
Ah,
Tajiri
that's
that he used
Tajiri.
earlier on in the matchup.
Tajiri's tongue's always green. He's always spraying that
How do you
mist.
know his tongue's always
I don't
green?
know. What are you trying to say? I wrestled the man. Did you ever wrestle him?
No.
Did you ever get sprayed with the mist?
No.
I have, so hush up.
And look at this, Eddie Guerrero. Tajiri slam, center of the ring. And Latino, he's starting to feel it here.
Might be feeling what? Feeling front.
Eddie Guerrero out to the apron. Eddie Guerrero gonna climb high, but Tajiri quickly to his feet. And Eddie Guerrero took a little bit too much time. And the Japanese buzzsaw countering with those kicks.
The extension in the leg of Tajiri, that flexibility, unbelievable. Kicking a man while he's on the top rope. Going for a superplex from the top rope here.
Wow! Superplex connects. Can Tajiri roll into the cover? Can Tajiri win the U.S. Championship here?
Turning point of the matchup, both men worn down here. Eddie Guerrero worked that lower back, all over that lower back of Tajiri, but that one humongous superplex from the top was the difference maker here. Even up the odds here, let's take a look.
Check out the impact. And Eddie Guerrero to his feet first. Tajiri may have hurt himself a little bit more than Guerrero on that
Oh, he
superplex.
landed on the back, that part of the body that Eddie Guerrero had pinpointed.
Eddie Guerrero with the right hands as Tajiri tries to battle back. That was a stiff kick right to the ribs.
Straight up to the ribs, front of the boot.
Eddie Guerrero, and here's the reversal by Tajiri. The champion whipped across the ring. Up over the top of Tajiri. There's the
Nice
leapfrog by the
leapfrog, yeah.
Japanese. Monkey flip! Watching Guerrero halfway across the ring.
Humongous monkey flip right there by Tajiri.
The impact sent Guerrero across the ring and underneath the bottom rope to the outside. And Tajiri believes he has an opening here.
Well, Tajiri does have an opening.
Guerrero into the steel steps.
He might have an opening in Eddie Guerrero's head. One more shot into those stairs like that.
And Tajiri wisely rolled back into the ring to break the count. The U.S. title's on the line.
I don't just think Tajiri rolled in that ring to break the count. Tajiri, he might have some ring rust on him, might be a conditioning factor. We are in Colorado, altitude's a factor, and Tajiri's lower back has been hammered on.
Referee Mike Chioda beginning to count. Eddie Guerrero would be counted out at the count of 10 as he struggles to make his way back into the ring here. Remember, Eddie Guerrero had to compete in this matchup. He couldn't walk away. And Tajiri measuring Eddie Guerrero, who bounces off the announce table. And Tajiri building confidence as this matchup rolls along. Tajiri with a right hand.
Tajiri just slapping Eddie Guerrero straight in the face.
Oh, what a kick! What a kick! Eddie Guerrero may be out cold. Tajiri may be moments away from winning the U.S. title and gaining major revenge on Eddie Guerrero here tonight. Tajiri into the cover, hooks the leg, shoulders down, and Guerrero just got the shoulder up. But listen to this.
Let's listen to the shot. Oh my good God. How is Eddie Guerrero not knocked out cold? Well, he might be knocked out. Well, he's moving, Eddie is.
I don't think he knows where he's at. Tajiri a split second away from winning the U.S. Championship. And Eddie Guerrero firing up with the right hands. Eddie with the rights to Tajiri.
Eddie Guerrero still got some fight in him. A lot of mustard behind those punches.
Look at this.
What the hell? Beautiful counter to that head scissor.
And Tajiri, both men have given it all in this matchup. But this is the fourth quarter for both of these men. Tajiri connected with it. Eddie Guerrero rolling toward the corner. But Tajiri building momentum.
Tornado DDT!
Lands Eddie Guerrero.
What a beautiful tornado DDT.
If Tajiri can get to the cover, he can win the championship here.
Tajiri nailed all of that move, too. Right on the head when Eddie Guerrero.
Referee begins the count. Both men are down. This match has taken so much out of both of these men. Tajiri trying to roll over. Can he get into the cover on the champion? He does. Shoulders are down. And Eddie Guerrero just kicks out yet again.
Well, how bad does Tajiri want to be new U.S. champ? And how bad does Eddie Guerrero want to keep his new championship?
Eddie Guerrero doesn't want to be known as a four-day champion. He wants to continue the reign here tonight. As Eddie Guerrero with the right hands to Tajiri.
These guys are just going punch for punch.
Oh, drop kick to the face. A cover, hook of the leg. Guerrero Guerrero shoulders down and managed to spin out again before the count of 3. So close again for Tajiri, but Tajiri continues the assault.
Tajiri is putting something on Eddie Guerrero, man. Oof.
Eddie Guerrero, knee to the midsection. Suplex.
There's that triple vertical suplex. Vintage Eddie Guerrero here.
Here's the hat trick.
The third one's coming up, as if he can nail it.
But Tajiri countered.
Go behind.
Guerrero up over the top of Tajiri. Oh, look out! Tajiri!
Tarantula!
Can he lock it in?
He's gonna get it!
He does! Tajiri locks in the Tarantula! Tajiri has to break the hold before the count of 5 or risk disqualification, and he does, but was the damage done to Guerrero?
That move don't gotta be on long, but measuring up. Tajiri's measuring up the head of Eddie Guerrero. This could be the finishing blow. Whoop.
Guerrero ducked underneath the kick by Tajiri.
Switch!
And look at Eddie Guerrero grab the referee.
God.
A low blow to Tajiri.
You think?
Guerrero pulled the referee Mike Chioda out of view of that low blow.
He lies, he cheats, he steals, man. Better than anybody else.
Mike Chioda realizing that there was some monkey business there, questioning Eddie Guerrero about it, but you can't call what you don't see.
The people here in Colorado Springs aren't too happy with the...
Oh! Tajiri, green miss to the referee as Eddie Guerrero ducked out of the way. Tajiri delivers the shot to the chin, but referee Mike Chioda is down, missed to the eyes.
That was a backfire. And he's got the...
And he's got the championship. The championship gold.
Tajiri doesn't know it, Cole. Tajiri don't know that the gold is in Eddie's hand.
Eddie playing possum. The championship to the skull of Tajiri.
But the referee's still down. The green missed.
You saw earlier how that miss blinded Eddie Guerrero. Eddie just took a bottle of water off the table.
That was my water.
Don't drink that, Taz did.
What the hell? Took my water.
Oh, I get it. Look at this. He's flushing the mist out of the eyes of the referee.
Eddie Guerrero's brilliant, Cole. He drops Tajiri in the head with the U.S. title.
And now Eddie's going to the top rope. The referee's coming too.
Frog splash is on the way.
The frog splash connects. Hooks the leg. Referee Mike Chioda. With the count, it's over. Eddie Guerrero steals one again.
Here's your winner and still United States champion, Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero, week after week after week, comes up with ways to just cheat his way to a victory. That was brilliant. That whole sequence was brilliant.
And there you see the Japanese buzzsaw, the challenger, the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. Up next, Tajiri, Mysterio, Cruiserweight title on the line. I can't wait. The rundown opens tomorrow. And check this out, Taz. Ebert and Roper, you know the 2 movie critics?
Yeah.
They give it 2 thumbs up. The rundown.
Oh, now you definitely got to go see it now.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. In the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, the Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio.
I cannot wait for this matchup. 2 international superstars going at it with the Cruiserweight title on the line here tonight.
Well, tonight, WWE SmackDown is being brought to you by Rob Zombie, past, present, and future. 19 hits plus a bonus DVD. Available now.
And by Stacker 2's YJ Stinger. For that extreme boost of energy, you gotta feel the sting.
And by WWE WrestleMania 19. Available now for Nintendo GameCube. You got a head like a cube. You know that, Cole?
Thanks.
Cube head.
Thanks.
And the challenger from Japan, weighing in at 206 pounds, Tajiri.
The former Cruiserweight champion Tajiri looking to get his gold back here tonight on SmackDown. And I'll tell you, we use a lot of adjectives here in the WWE, but I cannot wait for this one. This is going to be phenomenal, this matchup.
Oh, check it out. Next week, SmackDown Milwaukee. Great catering there.
What do the Cruiserweights care about the catering for?
Oh, that's right, Cole. I forgot. Cruiserweights don't like food. Yeah, my bad. You're a featherweight. You like the catering there.
And that's what it's all about, the Cruiserweight title. But I gotta ask you, Taz, what do you think of this change in attitude as of late of the Japanese buzzsaw Tajiri?
I personally, in my view, I like it. I like this attitude of Tajiri. I mean, I've wrestled Tajiri a bunch of times, and I've been sprayed with that mist. That ain't fun. If you could use it to win a match, fine, it's cheating, but I mean, if it works, get it done, Tajiri.
Mysterio owns a pinfall victory over Tajiri in a Cruiserweight title match 3 weeks ago. Tajiri owns a pinfall victory over Mysterio in a tag team matchup. Tajiri looking to win the gold here tonight. Elbows and then a chop, and Tajiri starting things off against the champion.
Well, obviously, if you're Rey Mysterio, oh, nice deep arm drag. If you're Mysterio, you got to be careful of those very dangerous feet and kicks of Tajiri. And if you are Tajiri, you got to watch Mysterio's high-flying antics. He's dangerous.
Shot to the midsection. Tajiri with a slam on Rey Mysterio. And the knee to the skull. Cover, hook of the leg, shoulders down, and a kick out. After that primal scream by Tajiri.
Tajiri, everything Tajiri does in there, he does with a purpose. Tajiri has tons of intensity. He hits very hard with those kicks and those chops. I'll tell you what, Mysterio, man, quick as a cat.
Tremendous balance by Mysterio. Oof, shot to the sternum. Look at this, great head scissors by Rey Mysterio.
What an athlete. Rey Mysterio, just wicked amazing, man. That's a victory.
Look at this. Oh! And Tajiri reversed it, shoulders down, and a kick out by Mysterio. That's the thing about Mysterio. No matter where he's at in the ring or outside the ring, he can turn it into a great offensive maneuver. Once again, shoulders down, kick out.
There's going to be a lot of near falls in this match. This thing just started, and there's about probably 8 or 9 near falls already.
Mysterio shot to the chin. Rey Mysterio cover, hooks the leg on Tajiri, who rolls the shoulder out before the count of 3. How about Mr. McMahon earlier saying that he still plans to go through with that title presentation of Brock Lesnar here tonight. Bring out the red carpet.
Mr. McMahon's the boss. If he wants a red carpet, the carpet could be a purple carpet, a green carpet. Whatever Mr. McMahon says, they'll bring it out here.
Did you see that? Skull first into the turnbuckle.
I heard it too, and here comes a tarantula.
This is not a legal move. Tajiri needs to break this before the count of 5 or risk disqualification in this title matchup, and he does, but the damage may be done.
Well, we say it every time Tajiri puts that tarantula on one of his opponents. Doesn't take long for that thing to hurt you. And now Tajiri looks like he's pulling some tomfoolery and shenanigans with that turnbuckle pad.
And now measuring
Maybe go for that miss. He might have been going for that miss, I think.
It looked like perhaps Mysterio countered a miss, and there you see that green mist substance pouring out of the mouth of Tajiri. It looked like Tajiri was going to go for the mist, and Mysterio thwarted it.
That's exactly what happened. Referee didn't see because he was with the turnbuckle pad.
And a shot to the chin by Mysterio to Tajiri.
Well, Tajiri's game plan backfiring here with this miss. Heads up, springboard!
Off the top, beautiful! Taking out Tajiri. Both champion and challenger are down. The Cruiserweight title hangs in the balance here tonight. Tajiri, Irish whip across the ring. Rey Mysterio, the champion, with a right hand to Tajiri. Cruiserweight titles on the line. Welcome back to SmackDown from Philadelphia.
You gotta tell the people, Cole, during the break, this thing's been back and forth and back. Both athletes trying to get one on top of the other here.
A near fall from Mysterio on Tajiri, who's kicked out.
He's going up!
And look at that, kick to the ribs. That's what you were talking about, Taz. The dangerous feat of Tajiri.
Could be it.
Hook to the leg and a kick out by the champion Mysterio. So close for the challenger, Tajiri. But you see Tajiri now starting to build confidence. He's feeling it here.
I'll tell you what, Tajiri's straight kick right there to the gut. Straight up, what a shot.
You see that green liquid around the lips of Tajiri before the break. Tajiri tried to use the green mist, but he failed.
Watch the extension right here. The extension, the flexibility of Tajiri's legs there with that kick as Mysterio came off the second rope there, top rope actually.
Shoulders down again, hook of the leg, Mysterio rolls out. But look at Tajiri, immediately goes to work on the ribs. Not only bouncing the ribs off the top rope, but then those straight right hands into the ribs of Mysterio.
Now Mysterio I thought he was going for an abdominal stretch here, but hooking that head and arm there, that's like more or less a half Nelson. Mysterio's in trouble here. Tajiri stretching out those ribs, as you're pointing out.
Right, again, that'll work on that injured area. Tajiri turned this match around. He delivered that tremendous kick to the midsection of Rey Mysterio. This great crowd in Philadelphia trying to will on the champion Mysterio.
Well, it worked.
Oh, and again, this time double boot to the gut of Mysterio.
I'll tell you what, this keeps up.
Cover, hook of both legs this time, and Mysterio grabs the bottom rope.
This attack by Tajiri on the midsection of Mysterio, if this continues, we might see what Mysterio have for lunch, my friend. I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of tacos.
I'll tell you, you see Mysterio gasping for air. It's got to be hard for him to breathe every time Tajiri delivers a blow to that midsection.
Well, if you had someone kicking and punching your stomach for 5-6 minutes straight, you'd be gasping and grasping too. It sucks. Oh, what a shot.
Wow. Again, cover. Again, hook in the leg. And again, a kick out by the champion. What a testament to the guts of Rey Mysterio in this matchup.
Rey Mysterio showed a lot of hot body scissors right here by Tajiri.
Shoulders down, hooks the leg. Mysterio just rolled the shoulder out.
He hooked the half. He's got a half
down.
Yep, he's half in the wing, half in the right arm. While he's got the body scissors, Tajiri is.
Not only could this be a submission maneuver, but it's also a pin predicament.
That's exactly what it is. Tajiri, I mean, very well versed on the mat. You know, just brought up in the industry in Japan in those dojos, and Mysterio fighting back now. Chop for chop. Oh.
And Tajiri, he's got those legs just clenched around the midsection of Mysterio. Shoulders down again. Cruiserweight title's on the line. The champion rolls the shoulder out.
Every single time Cole that Rey Mysterio has to kick out, you got to imagine the burning that's going on in his abdomen. Mysterio can't breathe and he's got to kick out. That's hard to do.
Mysterio having trouble getting to his feet.
The gut wrench.
Hit again. The knee driven to the gut. Here we go. Cover. Shoulders down. And a kick out. But how much more of this can the champion take before he just has to throw in the towel in this matchup?
I don't know, Cole. I don't think Rey Mysterio's going to throw the towel in and just give up his Cruiserweight Championship.
Again, a snapmare. Once again, those legs wrapped around the midsection of Mysterio. You see Tajiri torquing it in at every turn. The champion Mysterio in trouble.
Well, you can only imagine how strong this submission is that Tajiri has, because Tajiri's got strong legs.
Shoulders down. Champion rolls out again.
The power in Tajiri's legs from all the conditioning of his martial arts backgrounds and the kicks. Imagine how tight that body scissor is around the midsection of Mysterio. Now Mysterio trying to just get some life here.
And Mysterio literally grasping at the air here, trying to do something to get out of this problem he's in. Elbows to the side of the head of Tajiri.
Mysterio will fight to the end. That is no secret, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow.
Thunder is shot again to the gut of Mysterio.
Mysterio whipped into the corner, elbowed to Tajiri. The champion trying to battle back, trying to build momentum in this matchup.
Cartwheel, up on top after the cartwheel. What the hell is going on here? Wow! Bulldog!
Face first, Tajiri, the champion, into the cover, hooks the leg. They have it here, and the challenger kicked out. Rey Mysterio hoping to end it there, but Tajiri had the wherewithal to kick out. What a matchup here on SmackDown.
Oh, no doubt about that, my man. This matchup has not disappointed anyone, and we knew this would be a classic, and it's happening for the Cruiserweight Gold.
Both men up center of the ring. Tajiri misses right hand. Rey Mysterio, the champion, trying to get back in this matchup. Tajiri whipped across the ring off the Irish whip. Rey Mysterio, great balance, lands on the second rope.
He did it!
Down, and Tajiri just kicked out.
Holy cow! What an athlete Mysterio is! God, that was awesome. That could wow! Into that back suplex.
Here's the cover. Title could change hands right here. Shoulders down. Mysterio kicked out again. But did you see Mysterio's head bounce off the mat?
I tell you, I've done a lot of suplex in my day. I've done that one once. I used to call it a wheelbarrow back suplex, which is like you got a guy in a wheelbarrow and you throw him back. Great offense right there by Tajiri. Mysterio's in a lot of trouble right now in a bad spot.
Oh, what a shot!
Mysterio's got to be done here, Cole. Oh,
wow!
Michinoku driver
down, and Mysterio kicked out.
Textbook Michinoku driver.
Take a look here at the drop kick to the back of the head. But again, Mysterio kicked out. And at some point, Tajiri has got to be growing frustrated with the fact that he cannot put Rey Mysterio away.
If I was Tajiri, I'd be frustrated. What do you got to do to defeat the Cruiserweight champ?
Tajiri misses, nobody home. Rey Mysterio, the champion.
But Rey Mysterio needs to try and kick him to another gear here, but he's been getting whooped out here. Come on, Rey, you got to keep fighting, man. There you go.
Right hand to Tajiri. Mysterio, elbow to the back of the head of the... Oh! Who walked into a kick by Tajiri. Referee Brian Hebner has been knocked down, and now a shot again to Mysterio by the challenger Tajiri.
Well, both athletes, same thing of mine. They both booted each other in the gut.
Look at this. Wow, up for the springboard elbow. Mysterio with a drop kick to the back of the head.
Yeah, that handspring elbow backfired. Everybody here in Philly knows it. 619er timer.
Bitch! The area code in Philly's been changed to 619 here tonight.
But the referee's down, Cole. Got kicked in the face by Tajiri.
Rey Mysterio measuring the challenger Tajiri. Mysterio almost pleading with referee Brian Hebner to make it to his feet.
Tajiri's looking for the West Coast pop.
Nobody home. Tajiri kick to the face. Man! What a hell of a matchup. Champion and challenger both down, and a new referee into the ring to check on the fallen ref.
Yeah, referee Mike Sparks checking on referee Brian Hebner.
Meanwhile, Tajiri in a one, hook of the leg, shoulders down, and the champion spun the shoulder out again.
That was so close.
And Tajiri at the point of trying to figure out what the hell he has to do to keep the champion down. Tajiri believed it was 3, referee said no, it's 2. And now the Japanese buzzsaw measuring the champion.
Let's go, we got another referee out here because referee Brian Hebner is out cold.
Look at this. Tajiri's shot again, right to that midsection. Set
Go for a
Mysterio
powerbomb,
up.
up counter.
Champion, look at this. Shoulders down. Mysterio's got Tajiri.
He's got
a
it.
miss. A red miss. A red miss to the eye.
How did he do that?
A Mysterio shot to the back of the head. Here's the cover. Hook of the leg. Daring Tajiri won the title by using the miss.
Here is your winner and the new Cruiserweight Champion, Tajiri.
The second official, referee Mike Sparks, came in because referee Brian Hebner was down. But referee Mike Sparks was looking at Hebner, who was down, when the red mist came out of Tajiri's mouth in the face of Mysterio. We have a new Cruiserweight Champion.
Yeah, but look at this. Mysterio and Tajiri defeated here before the miss.
Brilliant, and the referee never seen it. And then this dreaded kick, bam, right to the back of the head.
Another look at the kick by Tajiri, the new Cruiserweight champion. What a matchup, and it ended like that. Mysterio deserved better than that here tonight, Taz.
What a match. Wow.
The opening contest is a second round match scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing Japan, weighing in at 189 pounds, Tajiri!
In the opening round of the Cruiserweight Classic, Tajiri defeated Australian and huge Pride Fighting Championship fan Damian Slater. Pride never died. Tajiri won with a buzzsaw kick to the head, and he's known for a cavalcade of crushing kicks, Daniel.
Yeah, he's got that kick to the head, and that can knock out anybody at any time.
And his opponent, representing Mexico, weighing in at 175 pounds, Gran Metalik!
A huge attraction in his native Mexico, Gran Metalik. In action here in the second round in what should be an epic clash of styles. Daniel, as Gran Metalik in the opening round involved against the man who had to cut the most weight to make the 205-pound limit, Alejandro Saez.
Yeah, and that cutting weight really hurt Saez in this match, but you can just see how good Gran Metalik is there. He calls that the Metalik driver. He's incredible.
Pal centro. You guys were already giving instructions to the back. Do you have any questions? ¿Algunas preguntas? All right, shake hands. Dale la mano. Okay. Separado.
The elder statesman of this tournament, Tajiri, A decorated champion representing the land of the rising sun. He's had a lot of success here in WWE, but looking to show that he still has a lot left in his proverbial tank.
Yeah, he has vicious, vicious kicks. One of the things about Metalik is he cuts out the eye holes in his mask so he can see better, and he's going to need that with Tajiri because those buzzsaw kicks can come from anywhere.
Metalik, a quadruple champion in the oldest professional wrestling promotion in the planet, CMLL in Mexico. Tajiri competed in CMLL in 1996, and he defeated Dr. Wagner Jr. for the World Light Heavyweight Championship as the feeling out process begins here. What do you look for early on in this contest?
Well, I'm interested in the styles here. That's what I'm mostly interested in. Tajiri trained in Mexico in the mid-90s. Gran Metalik trained in Japan, was there for several years. I mean, they know each style very well, but they're both the best at their particular style, so we'll see how they match up tonight. Look at that lucha libre by Tajiri right there.
Wheelbarrow. Arm drag by Gran Metalik. Counter arm drag by Tajiri.
They're going tit for tat here.
Leg sweep by Tajiri, won by Gran Metalik, and early on, it's a stalemate, much to the delight of the crowd here at Full Sail Live.
Yeah, that's just fantastic counter wrestling by each man.
Let's take a look at that chain wrestling that we were just treated to by these two veterans. And when I say veteran, Tajiri, at 45, the oldest competitor in the field. It can be both a pro and a con, Daniel.
Yeah, he has more experience than anybody in the tournament. He's been in these situations before. And one thing I like about Tajiri in this tournament is that his style is not dictated by his age. He can still kick people in the head just as hard as he did 10 years ago. Look at that counter. Beautiful leg maneuver there by Tajiri.
Now Gran Metalik with a Fujiwara armbar taking away the post, the base of Tajiri, who rolls out and escapes beautifully into a front face lock, but the counter by Metalik. Each of these two impressive veterans trying to stay one move ahead of each other.
Wow, a grounded octopus there by Tajiri. And beautifully transitioned by Metalik into an ankle lock. He doesn't really have the foot as well as he should there.
The octopus, of course, popularized by Antonio Inoki, the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's now a rolling crucifix by Tajiri just for a 1 count. Now it's Gran Metalik looking for the pin. Oh, and that was a 2 count for Tajiri. Arm drag by Gran Metalik, an 11-year veteran.
You can see Metalik there just a little bit faster. That's where the age is catching up with Tajiri. It's not the power of his kicks, it's the speed.
Metalik spent a decade working in his native Mexico, and as you mentioned, also competed in Japan for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Tajiri actually ran his own promotion for a couple years. Smash as he smashes into Gran Metalik's chest with those knife-edge chops. And during that time, had a fantastic match with Fit Finlay. Oh! Flying head scissors there by Gran Metalik.
Tajiri needs to watch out here.
Baseball slide. Oh! Super kick to the jaw of Tajiri by Gran Metalik.
Right to the mush.
Metalik started at the age of 17, following in his father's footsteps. Tajiri, a 22-year veteran.
Very smart right there of Tajiri, rolling right back out of the ring.
Oh, there's one of those buzzsaw kicks. Metalik tried to block it with his forearms, but he still felt the brunt of it.
Yeah, see, but that's where age is on his side. Did you see how slick that was of Tajiri? He was outside the ring, he had gotten super kicked, he rolled back in, rolled right back out, and then kicked Metalik right in the face.
Hangman's neckbreaker by Tajiri. Floats over into the lateral press, cross faces Metalik for a 2 count.
See, and Tajiri's good at stuff like that too. Did you see him cross face him right as he was pinning him? That's not gonna help him with the pin, but that's gonna wear on Metalik's neck as the match goes on.
One of Tajiri's favorites growing up, Ultimo Dragon, Yoshihiro Asai, an innovative cruiserweight, a two-time WCW cruiserweight champion. And as he cinches in the sleeper hold again, Daniel, you will be, of course, reminded of the great Muta, Keiji Muta, when seeing Tajiri in action.
Yeah, you know, he is very reminiscent of great Muta for a lot of American fans. Look at that, bridging back with the head scissors. Metalik was bent in half there for a second. I don't even know what to call that. But Tajiri was talking about how important this tournament is for him and how this would be one last accomplishment to bring his career full circle. You know, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion, 1-time light heavyweight champion. He was twice a tag team champion. Oh my gosh!
Just a brutal kick right to the face. There's a chop from Gran Metalik.
Metalik not standing for it. Tajiri punted him right in the face and he just stood up and chopped him right back in the chest.
And now just burying the sole of his boot into the throat of Gran Metalik, trying to work the referee's count. Metalik turns the tables and unloads a vicious forearm.
Oh, those elbows are in there.
Who says cruiserweights can't throw haymakers? We're seeing some vicious striking here from both Tajiri and Gran Metalik. Springboard dropkick.
Oh, Tajiri's got to watch out here. Metalik loves to fly.
Known as El Rey de las Cuerdas, the king of the ropes. Mamma mia! Somersault plancha by Gran Metalik. And that brings some of the crowd here at Full Sail University to their feet as he takes Tajiri off his.
Have you seen anything like that? A tightrope walk by Metalik right into a twisting senton onto Tajiri on the floor. I've never seen anything like that.
Amazing aerial assault by Gran Metalik, and yet Tajiri quick to use those educated feet of his to try to get back into this matchup. Oh! Dragon screw leg whip over that middle rope, and that could tear the tendons in the right leg of Tajiri as Gran Metalik looking to capitalize.
What's he gonna do here?
And again,
tightrope walking again.
Oh, and the diving elbow drop.
This has gotta be it. Oh my gosh!
Like the rapper designer, he is macho like Randy with that Randy Savage-esque elbow drop, and Tajiri still in the match despite this brutal assault from Gran Metalik. Reversal on the Irish whip. Oh! Springboard, back elbow. Gran Metalik looking for the win. And Tajiri in a world of hurt here, and this is again where Metalik, Daniel, wants to capitalize on his youth, his quickness, his agility and speed.
Yeah, and that was a great cover by Metalik. Did you notice how he pulled back both of his legs? That really puts pressure on the windpipe there of Tajiri.
Tajiri momentarily in a fireman's carry, series of back elbows. Gran Metalik with a standing switch, waist lock, and Tajiri now going to the well of those back elbows. Oh, and that hook kick!
Any second, Tajiri can kick you in the face, and that's what Metalik has to watch out for. You can see the toll taken on Tajiri here.
Tajiri, a veteran of tournaments, in fact, competed in Japan in the Best of the Super Juniors tournament, hoping to advance to the quarterfinals here tonight, but in tough against Gran Metalik as he hangs him up in the Tree of Woe.
Yeah, this is not a good place for Metalik. I grew up watching Tajiri do this to people like Super Crazy and Jerry Lynn.
Oh, basement drop kick right to the head of Gran Metalik. Tajiri known for that legendary rivalry with Super Crazy and ECW, looking for the win, and Gran Metalik kicks out. Metalik just 27 years of age, but already a decade plus of experience, not only in his native Mexico, but around the world, looking to make a huge statement here in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, he's no stranger to the Japanese style, and it's showing here.
Oh, counter powerbomb, jackknife, covered by Tajiri. An incredible start to the second round of the inaugural Cruiserweight Classic here on the WWE Network.
Metalik looks laid out there. just getting dropped on the back of his neck. Setting up for the buzzsaw kick.
Gran Metalik.
Oh, directly into a submission. He is wrenching on his neck, got his arms pinned behind his back. Metalik is in trouble.
And Metalik using his own foot to try to break the hold, trying to escape the submission attempt by Tajiri.
Barely got out of that. Less number guys would have never been able to do that like Metalik did.
So many highlights already. There's that buzzsaw roundhouse kick by Tajiri. We saw the corkscrew somersault senton bomb. One of the patented maneuvers of Gran Metalik, and it may take something like that. He's got him in the fireman's carry. There it is, the Metalik screwdriver. And Gran Metalik advances to the quarterfinals.
Crowd on their feet in appreciation of both men. What a performance by Tajiri.
It is time for NXT Tag Team Championship action.
Introducing first, from Kobe, Japan, weighing in at 156 pounds, Akira Tozawa!
Akira Tozawa is a superstar, Tom, that I honestly don't know a whole lot about. I've only heard word of mouth. The little bit I've seen has been super impressive. Part of the cruiserweight division on Monday Night Raw and 205 Live. I think the future is very bright for Akira Tozawa.
Tozawa certainly impressed this past summer during the first ever Cruiserweight Classic, but has obviously made a name himself, preceding his time at WWE and NXT and getting a very warm reception here in Osaka. Tell you what, I cannot wait to see this tag team in action, especially competing for the NXT Tag Team titles.
Tozawa was looking for a partner. He picked the right one. What better partner than a veteran with a success record as long as the Japanese buzzsaw, Tajiri.
Gotta be honest, Tajiri makes me feel like when I was a fan watching sports entertainment, his time in ECW, all the great things he did in WWE, teaming up with our own general manager, Mr. William Regal, all the things those two would get into, but Tajiri and Tozawa on the same team, this is gonna be awesome.
At a combined weight of 400 pounds, they are your NXT Tag Team Champions, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, DIY!
Tom, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Why is that?
I'm looking at DIY wearing the Revival's NXT Tag Team Championship, and I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
What a night it was for DIY and NXT TakeOver Toronto, overcoming the odds and becoming the NXT Tag Team Champions in that classic 2 out of 3 falls match. You can't deny that.
I will give credit where it's due. On that particular night, DIY did what I thought was impossible. Wrestled the perfect match to dethrone the Revival. I still have to like it.
And now Ciampa and Gargano, the top guys in the NXT Tag Team division.
Bite your tongue. No, they're not. They're the champions. But there's only 2 top guys in the tag division, and that's awesome.
But credit to Ciampa and Gargano, set to defend the titles here in Osaka, already proving that they are fighting champions.
I'm going to make a declaration right now, Phillips. As of this particular moment tonight, Tajiri and Tozawa are my favorite tag team. Only because the Revival aren't in the ring, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got it.
It is all for the NXT Tag Team Championship. So some respect shown to the veteran Tajiri there. Looks like Tozawa prepared to start off this matchup here in a moment, but before we get started, genuine sportsmanship between all four men. So here we go for the NXT Tag Team titles. Johnny Gargano starting this off against Tozawa.
Got to wonder how the home field advantage of Tozawa and Tajiri are going to play in the minds of Gargano and Ciampa.
Some chance up for DIY as well here inside the Edion Arena. And think about where DIY's at. It's been a fairy tale basically since Toronto, winning the championships, all the success that they've had. Now you come here to Osaka and all of a sudden the tables are turned. This is an arena full of fans for Tajiri and Tozawa.
This is where we'll actually find out what DIY are truly made of.
Actually?
Can they ride the momentum?
Hold on a second.
Actually. Let me finish my point, Phillips. We'll find out if they're actually top guys, as you said, if they are deserving of the position that they are in. They had one perfect night, but now there is a massive target on the backs of Gargano and Ciampa.
I think certainly knocking off the two-time NXT Tag Team Champions gives you a ton of credibility, but you are correct in that once you're the champions, it's what you do with the titles. We'll see what DIY does here tonight. Tozawa early trying to get a hold of the left arm here of Johnny Gargano. Gargano and Ciampa familiar with Tozawa and Tajiri from the Cruiserweight Classic this past summer. A little familiarity, will that help at all in this kind of match?
It could. Gargano and Ciampa, they do their homework. They studied up. They've probably been in the ring with superstars like Tozawa in the past. That said, that's not going to help you. Arrogance like that, Gargano. Oh, my goodness.
Johnny's a long way from Cleveland, Ohio. Oh! Into the senton. Hold on a sec. Cover there by Johnny and a kick out. Well, these two are moving here early on in this match. Whoa, missed with a kick.
I'll tell you one thing, if either kick from either man had connected, this match would have been one of the shortest in NXT Championship history.
And tags made. In comes Tommaso Ciampa on the left and Tajiri, the veteran, on the right. Tell you what, Graves, I feel like a fan again watching Tajiri.
You should be. I question my fanhood watching DIY.
Oh, come on. Whoa!
I think Tajiri missed. That was meant directly for the eyes of Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, the officials kind of going to have to pay attention to this. This could get Tajiri disqualified if that had gone in the face of Ciampa. Tajiri just playing mind games now, one of the best all time at that. Both men just trying to feel each other out, trying to find out the early momentum. Look at how cool, calm, and collected Tajiri looks.
Tajiri is completely stoic right now.
We've seen sides of Tajiri where he's been a little bit off, a little wild.
But look, we were speaking to the stoicism of Tajiri. Tajiri has been in these situations before. Tajiri has arguably been in every situation you can be in sports entertainment. High-profile matches, championship matches, different competitors. Tajiri has seen and done it all. Fantastic submission ability of Tajiri on display.
can only imagine what our general manager, Mr. William Regal, thought about seeing Tajiri again. They had some adventures back in the day. This all for the NXT Tag Team titles, however. DIY going to be tested here in Japan. Oh! Ciampa running through Tajiri. Tajiri bringing down Ciampa. Now both men trying to gain some sort of advantage here, and down goes Tajiri again. Oh, face first into the mat goes Ciampa.
This is where the experience advantage of Tajiri could come into play. Ciampa got frustrated, got flustered, and Tajiri made him pay.
Top rope, Tozawa going after the left arm of Ciampa, and Tozawa now legal.
I don't know if Tozawa was going to have the ability to overpower Ciampa. It's not often you see Ciampa with a size advantage.
Ciampa able to gain some control here. There's the tag to Johnny Gargano. Very important night here for DIY. You've got to put the Revival in your rear view for the moment. The Revival do maintain a contractual rematch down the road, but tonight it's all about taking out Tozawa and Tajiri. Oh, they could be well on their way to doing that. Oh, bridging into the cover, hook to the leg here, Tozawa out at 2.
It's that sort of tandem offense we just saw, Tom, that gives the DIY probably a distinct advantage tonight. Tozawa and Tajiri not a full-time tag team.
And Tozawa doing the smart thing, gets to the bottom rope there, breaking at the hold momentarily.
Admirable sportsmanship on behalf of Ciampa. But I got to question that decision. In a high-pressure situation, you need to take advantage of every situation you can. No time for sportsmanship when you're the champion.
Give you some breathing room per the officials' orders, and now Tozawa looking for a cover there. Shoulders down for the titles, and a kick out.
Oh! What a shot. Right on the ear of Ciampa.
What's another cover there? Oh. I think Tozawa went into a cover there, but decided to collect himself and bring Ciampa into the corner. In comes Tajiri. Oh! Oh! Here's the cover, some tandem offense and a kick out at 1, and once again for the titles, Tajiri staying on top of Ciampa, a 4th cover and a kick out at 2. Look at Tajiri, just ravenous on these covers, another kick out.
Every time Ciampa's forced to kick out, he expends a little bit more energy. That was a veteran maneuver from Tajiri.
5 or 6 covers right there in a row. Tag there, and Tozawa and Tajiri, oh, in command against Ciampa. The NXT Tag Team Championship on the line here in Osaka, Japan. DIY asking for more from Tozawa, oh, and Tajiri.
Tozawa happily obliges.
Tommaso Ciampa legal right now, oh, against Tozawa. This is turning into a hard-hitting match. I think he's a bit of a masochist. Oh, that being Ciampa.
2 of the hardest strikers in the business.
They could do this all night, probably.
Oh, right on the ear.
He's cold-cocked him.
I love it.
Big right hand there, Tozawa admiring his handiwork. Now backs Ciampa into the corner, starting to pick up the pace. Tozawa's got a target into the corner, caught. Ciampa into a backbreaker. Now Ciampa looking to retain the NXT Tag Team titles, kick out at 2.
Fantastic counter by Ciampa. completely changing the course of the match.
Ah, the knee bar there keeps Tozawa in place, and Gargano legal now for his team. Grace, back to the exchange we just saw a few moments ago. Just Ciampa and Tozawa just beat the heck out of each other. What gets in your head that it's like, you know what, bring it? What happens there?
Adrenaline. Adrenaline will make you do crazy things. Adrenaline can make you do amazing things. Unfortunately for Tozawa.
Backbreaker, cover, kick out.
Ciampa got the best of the exchange.
Now Gargano bending Tozawa at his will. Tozawa and Tajiri, a brilliant opportunity in their homeland of Japan inside the Edion Arena, and right now DIY, the champions, in command.
Straight lefts to the forehead of Tozawa.
Grace, we talked about it before, a dream scenario for Ciampa and Gargano, not only to be in NXT, be in WWE, but to be champions. Now the real work begins, defending the titles.
Oh! What a counter by Tozawa.
A gutbuster there by Tozawa out of the air, tagged to Ciampa, but Tozawa could not get to Tajiri in time, taken off the apron.
Smart move by Ciampa. Eliminate Tajiri from the equation momentarily, and a full-on assault on Tozawa. Oh! What a pump kick right on the jaw.
Tozawa tagging in the Japanese buzzsaw. Listen to these kicks connect.
Classic Tajiri for you, Phillips.
Oh, right on the jaw. Tajiri is at his best right now. So dangerous. Cover here for the titles, kick out. Tag made, Tozawa now legal. Oh, both men knocked off the apron.
Uh-oh.
Tozawa takes out DIY.
Tom, I don't think Tozawa's finished just yet.
How about one more time? Through the ropes, down go Ciampa and Gargano. And a thumbs up from Tajiri. I think Tozawa's spent for the moment.
Tozawa launching himself, sacrificing his own body to take out DIY twice. To this point, this could be the biggest opportunity Tajiri and Tozawa have had. Can they capitalize?
Running forearm into the corner. Tozawa's got the NXT Universe behind him. Ciampa couldn't get the suplex. Tozawa could. Cover, hook to the inside leg, kick out by the champion.
Gotta respect the amount of power Tozawa was able to muster to lift the much larger Ciampa over for a massive suplex.
DIY with the champion's advantage in this match. Must gain pinfall or submission to become the champions through Tozawa and Tajiri. And Gargano starting to stir in the far corner. Ciampa just trying to find a way back here.
Oh my goodness, with power by Tozawa.
Oh, shot to the back of the neck from Tozawa. Tag made, great tag there by DIY into a spear. Through the ropes, sitting down on it. Oh, kick out.
Let's take one more look at that fantastic teamwork.
Oh. Through the ropes, Gargano's connected with that so many times, just couldn't put away Tozawa.
That's the chemistry that makes DIY so successful and so dangerous as a team. Gargano looking for a brain buster.
Back to the corner, Tajiri made the tag. Don't know if Gargano saw it, but he sees these forearms coming.
Oh, right on the shoulder.
Tajiri's won tag team titles And ECW, WWE looking
Oh, here
for
we
the
go,
next
Tom.
Tag team title. Here comes the
Tarantula.
Tarantula.
1, 2, 3.
Great deal of agony inflicted in those 5 seconds the referee allows. Here we go.
Whoa, missed with that kick. Johnny's connects. Now the cover to retain the titles, and Tajiri still in it. Well, tag made now Tozawa. Oh, this was that pump kick there. Oh. And the pace starting to quicken here.
So impressed with the speed Tozawa possesses and competes with seemingly all the time. Oh! Wasn't quick enough to get out of the way of the kick.
And somehow Tozawa is still functioning after the Enziguri. Gargano in trouble there. Ciampa saved his buddy. Oh, German!
A second one.
Ciampa thinking about a third. Tozawa saw it coming. Nearly returned the favor there, and oh, cover, kick out. Whoa! There's some power in that one, and in that one.
Snap German suplexes from Tozawa.
Tozawa's a man possessed.
Oh, talk about possession. Get the power.
Oh, bridging into the cover for the NXT Tag Team titles now.
We almost had new champs.
Oh. Tajiri. Oh! Oh, and there's another kick from Tozawa.
Oh! Pump kick to the base of the neck.
Oh! Tozawa turned inside out. Ciampa with a backbreaker. Oh, and Tajiri saved Tozawa.
What a match. Here the NXT Universe here in Osaka in any language. This is awesome.
Oh, wait a minute, trying to catch him here, trying to catch Ciampa, and Tozawa nearly had him for the titles. Tag made, Gargano legal. Oh! Oh, and down goes Tajiri opposite side.
Tozawa's vulnerable. Here it comes.
Boom! Meeting in the middle, cover, and the champions retain in Osaka.
Here are your winners, and still NXT Tag Team Champions, DIY!
You know, Tom, as much as it pains me to say, I'm never gonna like them. I'm never gonna own a DIY t-shirt, but I am getting more and more respect for the NXT Tag Team Champions every single time they step in the ring. That was incredible.
DIY with a fantastic title defense here in Japan against a very, very impressive effort from the new team of Tozawa and Tajiri.